Hey everyone, Nathan here from PH Studios, and welcome back to another tutorial from the Tower Defense Engine series. Last tutorial we discussed the Wave class, and we got that finished by filling in the method bodies. In this tutorial we're going to cover the Session class, and we're going to do the same thing by filling in the method bodies. So let's get started with the Constructor. Now the Constructor will initialize all of our lists, get a local reference of the map that we pass in, set our current health, and set the money display, tower display, and health display, and just set all of our variables to their default value. So map is equal to map. Active player is equal to new active player. Active player.money is equal to, let's convert it to a UInt, unsigned integer, since we cannot have negative money, map.money. Alright, so active player, we need to set the place towers, and that's a new list, and I'll just set the default value to 20. That sets the default capacity of the list to 20. Health is equal to 20. Again, you can change this in your own implementation of the game. If you want to make this a variable, you can. But for right now, I just left it as a static 20. Money display is equal to string.format. Available money, colon, space, opening curly bracket, 0, closing curly bracket, end the quote, comma, active player dot money. Excuse me. Towers display is equal to string.format, opening parentheses, a double quote, placed towers, colon, space, opening curly bracket, 0, closing curly bracket, end quote, comma, active player dot placed towers dot count, closing parentheses and semicolon. Health display is equal to string.format, open parentheses, double quote, health, colon, space, bracket, 0, bracket, end quote, comma, health. Alright, so what we're doing here is we're creating the string objects, and anytime we update we buy a new tower, we need to update the money display and tower display. So instead of creating string objects 60 times per second, like in the previous tutorials, where we just would draw available money plus the active money we have, we create the string object and we draw that string object. What we're doing here is we're saving ourselves from creating a whole lot of garbage with our string objects by go ahead and creating the string object once or anytime any of that changes, and then we'll draw that same string object over and over again instead of creating new string objects every game loop. So now we need to set the singleton is equal to this. Is paused is equal to false. Our min speed is equal to 0.5f. Our speed is equal to 1.0f. And our max speed is equal to 2.0f. Whenever you click increase speed or decrease speed, this is what checks to see if it's within the range min and max. Alright, set UI we already did. Alright, so the update method is next. So if our game is not paused, we need to update our game basically. So we need to call UI.update UI. We need to pass it game time for update. Now for each tower T in active player dot placed towers, opening and close a curly bracket, and then call T.update. So our session is going to do all of our updating. Game time, comma, UI.mouse. We need to pass the mouse, which the user interface has a reference to. Now we need to call map.update. We need to pass a game time. And now if map.state is equal to mapState.finished and mapFinished does not equal to null, we need to call mapFinished, and this is an event. This comma event args.empty. So for map state is finished and we have people signed up for the event, we need to throw the event so the methods that will be called that we signed up for will actually be called. Alright, select tower, another very basic method. Selected tower is equal to T. That's a very basic method. Deselect tower, selected tower is equal to null. Yeah, these are pretty basic methods. Purchase tower, here's another one that's pretty lengthy. If our tower.cost is less than or equal to our active player.money. So this is where we check to see if we have the money for it. It'll check it twice. The user interface button, it'll be red and in red text if we cannot buy it. And if for some reason we get this method called, it will check it again to make sure we actually do have the appropriate money to buy it. If not T.initialized, T.initialize map. So if the tower is not initialized, we need to initialize it with the map object. And that needs to be calling the property. Okay, active player.money minus equals. Cast it as an unsigned integer, the T.cost. And if you want to make T.cost besides an integer, you want to default that to unsigned integer, you can go ahead and do that. Okay, so we changed our money. We did something to our money that we changed it. So we need to reset our money display because we did change our money. So you can go ahead and copy that, but the money display will be string.format, available money, and then the active player.money.toString. So that'll combine the two string values that way. Alright, so T.mapLocation is equal to mapLocation, and that is passed to the purchase tower method here. So we don't have to do any what is our location here because it's passed to us. Active player.placed towers.add T. So now we manipulated our placed towers. So we need to set our tower display. We need to update that. So go ahead and copy and paste what you did in the constructor for the tower's display. Alright, map.set, capital M map.set valid placement. Remember, when we click to purchase a tower, it will display a user interface overlay to say where we can place a tower and where we cannot. So once we place a tower, that placement becomes an invalid placement. So t.mapLocation.x, t.mapLocation.y, false. It is no longer a valid placement. t.placeTower. If tower purchased is not null, this is an event. So if our event is not null, that means people signed up to be notified. Tower purchased, opening parentheses, this, new tower event args, open parentheses, t, closing parentheses, and semicolon. So before we pass event args.empty, now we pass a different type of event args, and that's a custom event args we created in part 1, up top here. And that event args will hold a reference to the tower that we purchased. In case we need it for anything, it is passed to the method that we're going to call in the events. Okay, upgrade tower. To upgrade a tower, we need to check if t.upgrade cost, or update cost rather, is less than or equal to active player.money, and t.level plus 1 is less than t.max level. We do not want to update our tower if it's going to be past our max level. If those two conditions are met, active player.money minus equals cast as an unsigned integer the t.update cost. Now, we manipulated our money, so we need to set our money display again and just copy and paste the same line from the constructor. Let me go ahead and copy that and paste it below. So we manipulated our money. Now we need to call t.upgrade, and then we will upgrade our tower. Alright, now we need to have a method to sell the tower. And to sell the tower, we will get our sell scalar. Our total cost we put in our money, or our total cost we put in our tower, we need to multiply that by the sell scalar, so we get like 80% of our money back. So active player dot money plus equals cast as an unsigned integer t dot total cost times t dot sell scalar. So we multiply our total cost, our total money we put in the tower, we multiply that by the sell scalar. Now, we manipulated money again, so let's copy and paste that money display. Active player.placed towers.remove t. So we removed the tower. Now we manipulated our tower list, so we need to update our tower's display string to that. Now, we removed the tower, so we need to set a valid placement because that old placement has become valid again because we removed the tower that was occupying that location. So go ahead and copy that map.setValidPlacement from the purchase tower method. We copy that and paste it in the cell tower and just replace false to true. If tower sold, that's another event, does not equal to null. Tower sold, open parentheses, this, new tower event args, open parentheses, t, two closing parentheses, and semicolon. Okay, so now when we decrease our health, we need to set health minus equals P. And our P is what we pass into the method here. Health display. We manipulated health, so we need to modify our health display string. So we can go ahead and copy and paste that below. So we manipulated our health display. If health decreased, it's another event, does not equal to null. Health decreased, opening parentheses, this, comma, event args.empty. Closing parentheses and semicolon. Add money. Active player.money plus equals cast as an unsigned integer P. Now we manipulated our money again, so let's copy and paste the money display. And now if money increased is not equal to null, another event, money increased, open parentheses this, comma event args.empty. Okay, increase speed. If speed is less than max speed, speed plus equals amount. Now we have a math helper dot clamp. So in case we go a little bit above, let's say our max speed is 2.0 f. Let's say we go to 2.04 f. We need to clamp our speed to our min speed and our max speed. So they cannot go above 2.0 and below 0.5. So we'll go ahead and clamp our speed here. And now the decreased speed, we do the same thing. If speed is greater than min speed, speed minus equals amount. Math helper dot clamp, open parentheses, speed, comma, min speed, comma, max speed. So we clamp it again. Alright, the last two methods are very simple. We just set is paused is equal to true, and is paused is equal to false. Alright, go ahead and save this class, and that is it for the session class. So the session class kind of takes care of most of our stuff. When we call session.update, it will update our towers, our map, and then the map will update our waves and all that stuff. And then it will also update the user interface. And of course, all of our different conditions and events, like selling a tower, purchasing a tower, decrease health, increase health, all that stuff, that will be taken care of in the session class. Alright, so that is it for this class. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, a thumbs up is appreciated on my YouTube video. Next tutorial, we'll discuss the wave information class. So I hope to see you next time.